Sana Hlansi and Tsumega are busy arguing over divorce, so while Yanga is breaking a bed, really I do not blame Yanga as much. They have been so much argument in the house between Ohlansi and Utsumega. Now that Tsumega said she wants her half of everything, and Ohlansi is going crazy saying that he worked very hard in that company and Utsumega will not walk out with anything from the company. But Tums says she has been advised by Uzolega this is what is best. So I guess Uyanga couldn't take arguments anymore and organize going out on a Friday night with her friends. I do think that she will get caught and she will come out of it and be like, no, I was just, I wanted water. It's not that deep. And I do think that Utsumega and Uhlansi will not notice their daughter's behavior at all. They are too self-centered. They care about themselves only. Now, moving on to the Nguga family, chaos. Udawabo decided to just leave. Sana Udawabo cannot fight. I've been thinking that Udawabo have some secret weapons that she's gonna pull against Usinya Master Ngugwana, because I do feel like Udawabo is being treated unfairly. Not Azande calling Uzolega a gold digger. I'm like, Azande, who do you think you're speaking to right now? We are speaking to a wealthy woman. How is she even a gold digger? How does that even make sense? How does that even make sense for you to call Uzozo a whole gold digger? Like, please get your facts straight. I understand that your ego is a little bit bruised, but yeah, no, not Zolega, babe, not Zolega. Try someone else. I am disappointed on Utawabo. I'm not even gonna lie. The fact that he just up and go, like, Tawabo, my babe. I'm disappointed on you so much. On everything that has happened. Like, I'm so disappointed on you, So yeah, that's what's happened. That's what happened. That's what took place, That's how things actually went down with Inimba. Which, honestly, I am so sick of Inimba part season 2. It's not like Inimba season 1 where everything was just quickly unraveling itself. With season 2, everything is dragging. Mawetu has resigned, but still something is amiss, Things are just not moving to the next level. Well, the way that I would have expected at least.
Hey, guys, Udabs is not taking easy the facts down. She feels like Azande was sidelined, and she is taking all that on Upua Zolega, who decided to leave her Makonti attire. And honestly, guys, though, who did Zolega consult? Isn't she supposed to consult someone that, hey, I mean, I'm not Xhosa, by the way, so I'm asking, like, genuinely, isn't she supposed to maybe perhaps let someone know, you're not even asking for a permission, just let someone know that, hey, I think I'm done wearing the Makonti attire, I'm gonna be back in being a baddie. You know what I mean? So yeah, Udabs is just like, no, Ako Leon, as your mother-in-law, I'm the one who's supposed to tell you that now you can stop wearing your traditional attire. Uskobo tried to stick up for his wife, but Udams was not having it, saying, listen, this is a woman's issue, and talking here as a woman, not when she was commanding Kasana Uzolega to come and cook umngqushu. I'm just like, Dabs, have you forgotten that Zolega have a whole company to run? She's supposed to stop being a CEO and cook umngqushu just because you say so. Like, I do feel like Udabs beats Hakesana, and I do feel like Uzolega and the family are doing Udabs dirty, especially because they promise her, if you say something to someone, stick by your word. You have to stick by your word. There's no any other choice. But if you don't stick by your word, the person felt disappointed, definitely. But how Udabs is starting to treat Uzolega, it ain't cute, Dabs. Meanwhile, Tums Kesana Lwami is going through a divorce with Ohlat. He's so happy for this too. And Uyanga is definitely not taking it well, taking a toll on Uyanga. And I can understand why, honestly. I can definitely understand why Yanga is not taking this whole thing well. But Yanga, my babe, Yanga, uzoqina, uzoma strong. Let your parents go through this divorce. My guess is since Utulani have a house now, I'm really guessing that Uhlati will be staying with Utulani, and probably Utumega will get to keep a house with Uyanga. Yeah, that's just my guess. That's how they're gonna be living going forward. But I don't know. We will see what they have in store for us. Hello, hi, and welcome to Inimba recap. Now, Hlati and Tumega's marriage is on the rocks. When I tell you that these two are heading for divorce, my heart broke for Yanga when she had to listen to her parents screaming and yelling at each other. Honestly, I do not know why they do not see divorce as an option, because clearly they cannot even stay together or share a house. But I do believe that Hlati and Tumega's marriage is over and done with. They are definitely heading for a divorce. Now the big question is, where will Tumega stay? That's the big ask, right? Where will Tumega stay? Because you remember she wanted to move out of the house, but she couldn't find accommodation. Zolega and Lazarus couldn't accommodate her. Also, Tandega and Tulani could not accommodate her. She found herself with no choice but to come back to Hlati's house. Since then, they have not been co-living nicely. So, if Tumega does file for divorce, my big question is, where will she stay? And how will they divide their assets? Because they do have assets. If she's filing for divorce, Hlati cannot just get the whole house. It's half Tumega's house and half Hlati's house. So yeah, I'm interested to see how will their divorce go on about. Now, enough about the mabandlas. Let's go to the Nguganas. Oh, Sanalwami, Zolega, my dear. What have you done? What have you done? What have you stirred? Because listen, auntie udawabo udabs does not take this whole thing of her son being sidelined lightly, and her finding out that it was actually Zolega's idea. I think it hurt her even more. She was just like, what? This whole thing was Zolega's idea. They were like, yes, my darling, yes, my babe. The whole thing was actually Zolega's idea. And you could tell the hurt in Dawabo's eyes. Like, she was hurt. Like, she was very much hurt. And it seems like also Azande is struggling. The client wasn't happy. The client wanted to talk to the Ngoganas and not to him. So I think this whole thing will just be used into saying that Azande is not ready to be a leader, and therefore they will try to groom him into being a leader. But clearly, Udawabo is not happy, and Udawabo is just like, a touch is a move, a touch is a move. Like, how dare you? How dare you? A touch is a move, and from now on going forward, honestly, I don't know how they will live, how they will find their core living strategies. But yeah, it definitely, for me especially, it does not look good at all. I don't see it being like, I don't know, I don't see a good outcome. Honestly, I should be honest with this, but I could be surprised.
That's the whole situation. But when Umpumi was trying to get close to Gabriel again, to say, Gabriel, you are my alpha and omega, my family. I know that my family are not good people, but you are legit one of the best things that has ever happened in my life. I love you so much. You mean the world to me. Gabriel pushed Mpumi away. He was like, no, I don't want anything to do with city banks. Like, I do not want anything to do with city banks. I don't want anything to do with you either. Like, get away from me. Get away from me. Mpumi was left confused. Mpumi was left confused. Like, what do you mean I must get away from you? Like, what do you mean? Like, I mean exactly that. Get away from me. Be as far away from me as possible. Because you and your family. Like, Mpumi is left devastated. Mpumi is left devastated and just not understanding how love can be this cruel. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mpumi. I'm sorry. I am. I know you don't deserve what you're going through. I mean, no one does. But yeah, life is cruel sometimes, most of the times. And I think most of us just have to find out the hard way that life is never fair. And most of the times, life is cruel. Like, really, really cruel.
Bongo did it again. Bongo did it again. I chose Marona over Owetu on their Lobola day. Now, as soon as Marona called Bongo and stated that she is in trouble, the trouble that she put herself in, okay? Because who trusts Gabriel? Who trusts Gabriel? So guess what Bongo did? It dropped everything. All the Lobola negotiation ran after Maruna. As soon as Bongo's uncles find out that Bongo is not present for his Lobola, they decided that they are cancelling everything and they are going back to KZ. And Felicia tried her best to keep everything together, but without Bongo, everything seems to be falling apart. And eventually, Felicia had to let Owetu's mother know that there won't be any Lobola negotiation. The way that Owetu's mother was disappointed, and now she had to let Owetu know that no, it seems like it's not happening, not today. There won't be any Lobola negotiation. Owetu went crazy, went straight to Felicia's house. Felicia was panicking, saying she too does not know how to fix this because Bongo's phone is off. Also, if Bongo's intentions were pure, like a simple phone call would have resolved all this. A simple phone call, he would have called his uncle and saying, listen, right now I have to show up for Maruna. Also, there are emergencies, okay? There is a time that you're having emergency with your family that you are trying to put first, which if he is choosing to marry Owetu, therefore it means Owetu is his family now. His wife comes first. He could have said, I'm sorry Maruna, but I cannot come and assist you right now. And I know that Maruna was definitely in a dire situation. She needed help. But for Bongo to drop everything and run after Maruna, that was just so wrong. Anyway, Owetu figured it out that Bongo might be with Maruna, so she drove to Maruna's house, found Bongo and Maruna together. She went crazy and she was just like, Maruna, babe, I cannot believe that we were just praying like 2 seconds ago. Me and you were praying, we were making peace. You promised me that you are over Bongo, that you will never ever in your wildest dream come after Bongo. But look what's happening now. Look what's happening. You are coming after Bongo. Like, what is all this? Okay, I mean, Maruna was just really trying to explain her side, saying no, it's not true. Bongo also was trying to say no, it's not true. But yeah, the situation and the position that they looked in really did say a lot, okay, than what they intended to say with their mouth. So it seems like Owetu will reach a breaking point and she will decide to just drive off. And the most coincidence thing will happen when Owetu vanish out of the thin air, okay? I am so scared and so hurt for Owetu because I don't know if she might decide to self-harm herself. Like, is she gonna self-harm herself? Is she gonna harm herself? But we do not know. But yeah, it seems like a lot is going to be happening on Genesis this week with the pastor's family fighting with the Felicia's family. Like, there won't be any getting along whatsoever. And with Owetu, disappearance, things will not be looking good for Bongo at all. And Felicia is just like, listen, Bongo, I'm tired of your story. I am tired of Bongo's story as well. He had so many chances to make up his mind and decide who really does he wants to be with. Does he wants to be with Obulwetu? Does he wants to be with Maruna? But over and over again, he has shown that he is over Maruna. But there is no way that as soon as Maruna snap her fingers, you are there. Like, that's so disrespectful, and abandon your own day to go and rescue another woman. Like, Maruna is not your responsibility anymore. Always to ease. And I get what I'm saying may sound wrong and cruel, because really Maruna needed help. But yeah, Maruna is not Bongo's problem. I'm sorry. Maruna is not Bongo's problem. Maruna could have called her uncle, could have called anyone, but she chose to call Bongo. Maruna, babe, that's so wrong, out of line. Could have called Wendy. Wendy know how to fight, Maruna's mom knows how to fight. Could have called Wendy, but she chose to call Bongo. I am so sorry, Maruna. You were out of line, because you and Bongo really have nothing to do with one another. Candy, what kind of a person is Gabriel? What kind of a person is Gabriel? Did he not sell Maruna to some men, strange men, who is promising to invest in his records? Revelation records. Like, Gabriel is not a good person. Gabriel is not a good person. No one can convince me otherwise. And the funny fact here is that Maruna was extremely excited. She was like, yes, I feel it, that this is gonna work out. If I go here, I'm gonna come back a biggest star, biggest singer. I'm gonna achieve my dreams and my goals. Like, I'm just gonna be a big person that I've always wanted to be. Kante, little does the girl know that no, that's never gonna be the case, okay? That's not the case, because Gabriel organizes his own shenanigans. Organizes her own shenanigans with some guy who just wanna have a good time with Maruna. Like, who told Gabriel that Maruna is for sale? Oh, Sana, I am disgusted by Gabriel's behavior. Anyway, Maruna will decide to call Bongo, who's supposed to get married. Oh, Sana, this whole thing is just gonna be Angazi. I do not know how to explain it. But yeah, I feel sad for Owetu. Owetu is not going to see her dream wedding, not this week at least, because Bongo will be busy consoling Maruna, who is going through a traumatic experience. And I wonder how will this change Maruna's contracts with Gabriel. Will then Maruna decide to come back to Genesis? Because what is she doing with Gabriel in the first place? Gabriel is not a good person, and no one can convince me otherwise. Babe, here's bad news. That really, Mpumi and Maruna, they had a mother. They had a mother like Wendy Sidibeng, okay? She goes like, no, you guys should fight. She locks them in the room and she lets them fight. Afterwards, she opens the room and she tries to kind of like school Mpumi to say, Mpumi, you shouldn't have bet your system. So Maruna goes as far as calling a family meeting. Like, guys, if you don't call Sidibeng family entertaining, I don't know if you will ever meet an entertaining family ever in your life. So the whole family is just a bit of like suckers. That's how entertaining they are. So Wendy goes like, no, I did. I did reprimand my children when they were fighting. I did tell them that it's wrong to fight. And Mpumi goes into agreeing with Wendy to say, how Mama, yes, you did. So I don't know why is Maruna being so traumatic and going as far as calling their family meeting, And the uncle there says, no, Gabriel is a rich man. He takes care of you, Mpumi, and he should continue taking care of you. And I don't see anything wrong. If Gabriel wants to marry Mpumi, so be it.
This is when I was convinced to go to, oh Sana, let me just, there is no hope within the Citibank family. Like, I'm so sorry, but there is no hope. Anyway, guys, getting into what's gonna happen